Hey, board game designers. Sorry, it took me a little bit longer to get this video up from last week. I just had a busy week, and I am now editing and putting it up today. So this is the next installment of Let's Build a Board Game. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. Be working on the Flat Earth stuff. So last week we made some cards, so let's go ahead and open those cards. Let's get that. Alright, cards. So we have the 4 cards here we had in Dire Blackmail. One of the things I was thinking of over the week is that these numbers are way too large. That's a lot of resources to have on somebody. Unless I make a dial to record how many resources somebody has, it's going to be a lot of tokens in the box. So what if we half these rounded up? So that, and that. So now we need half the amount of tokens. And then the meaning will be pretty much the same when it comes to how these things will work. Let's see here. Try to do this and think at the same time. So yeah, so we want less tokens. We want less. That's interesting. We want less tokens. We want less resources in the box that people have to manage too much of. So if we can make everything as simple as possible, so you can make 1 resource as impactful as 5 resources if you make everything that would have cost 5 1, that kind of concept. So 2 money might not seem like a lot of money for this card, but if money is hard to get in the game, or if you only get a certain amount of tokens each round, then 2 money might be quite a bit. It might end up hurting you in the long run. So let's go with that, and let's kind of rethink some of the numbers on a whole. Let's go ahead, just make this one, because it's a basic, it's not a real card. 3s. So let's say 4 is the highest. 1 is definitely the lowest. 2 is a little bit higher than low. And we have 3. Some water down the wrong throat. So this one's 4 3 4. Let's go ahead and play around with this. Let's make this a 2 force. And this is the Crusade for Truth. Yeah, 2 3 and 4. Here we go. 2 3 and 4. 2 3 and 4. Okay. So we have these guys here. Let's make some player tableaus. So let's open. Let's make a new document. Let's go inches here. So we have 8.5 bytes. That's a piece of paper. So we want the length of a piece of paper, but not necessarily the height of a piece of paper. So let's go. See, about half a piece of paper would be 5.5. Let's see, 4 inches tall, and let's just go with 8 inches wide for this. Boom. So we have a little player tableau right here. Now I know a lot of people like to put cards on the tableaus and stuff like that, but I like having tableaus to have information about the game and having cards plug into them. It does mean that cards tend to get to be a bit space hoggy, if that makes sense. Like, it'll take a lot of space. But yeah, if I put them on the tableau, you could put up to like maybe 3 cards if I make it longer. That's not necessarily what I want to do. So we can kind of, I guess. So what if I took the cards and did this? So let's make sure these are evenly spaced. And I went like this. So now the tableau will have spots down here that cards plug into. And then you have 3 cards underneath. You could have a couple cards up above. Like so. Don't think you can have a card to the side then if you have those underneath ones. Not really. So what I'm probably going to do is this. Delete, delete. 1, 2. Put these at the center. 1, 2, put these in the center. And then I'll have these sidecards things here. Sidecards, normally for me, these things I normally make into like just references of where you put things. So one will say discard pile, one will say draw deck, that kind of thing. And then these will be like permanents that you have in play. This is the wrong place to put these, so let's grab that. Okay, and let's go ahead and go to document setup. I don't want facing pages. I want these just to be single pages going down like that. Yeah. And I just want one parent page like so. And let's go ahead and set these up kind of like where we had them. I like parent pages because it means now that I don't have to worry about where those things are, they're just there. Of course, the other thing I want to do is grab these things like, oops, like so, and let's just shrink them down. Let's make these a little bit bigger because I want them to look like cards that continue off the page, like so. And yeah, and this is a basic tableau that you can easily make. Tableaus are not that hard. Having artwork and stuff for it, things like that will be quite cool once it's ready. Let's see here. Let's just put that right there and Control C. Let's delete this one. Control V. And I want these to be exactly the same, but I want this to be right in the center of that as well. So they look pretty even on both sides, pretty even on both sides like there. Cool. And then these ones here, I want them to be centered with each other. These ones here, centered with each other. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And then cool. And then let's see, let's put those as center as possible. Like that. Make these be the same down here as they are up there. Excellent, excellent. Okay. So that gives us our basic stuff there. And then we want to add some words here. So let's say caps lock is on. Upgrade, sweet. Let's make this, what font do we want? Let's go with this one here. Let's go with white text because we're going to want white. Let's go with 17. Let's center this. And let's also make this as small as possible. Make sure that those want to be down here, and they're going to want to be on the top end because as soon as this goes away, that's all you'll see. Something like that. These up here. Cool. Let's make this plots. Or maybe just call them plot card because only one can go on each. So now you can have 2 upgrades at any one time and 2 plots at any one time. Let's go ahead and do this. And what should we have here? active conditions, and you can have multiples of these. Now let's go continue to the right. What if though we did this, right? We made this the color, let's say blue, with a blue border, right? And let's say these were just upgrades, like that. This and this just go up, and now they're there. And this one goes over here, same thing. Choose red this time with a red border. Instead of upgrades, this one is resources. Again, this one I will use this button here, which will make that automatically line up with the other side. And then this one, and if I make this one, if I double click this one gets a bold line under there. That means if I click any of these, this one will stay the same, but the other one will correspond with this. So now that's in the middle of this there. So now this is what we're looking for at resources and upgrades. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. So those are so close to the ground. Let's go with these plots. 1, 2, and then these go 1, 2. There we go. Just a little bit more space for these things. Oh yeah. So we have active conditions, a draw deck, resources, and upgrades. So now you can have as many upgrades as you want. They go down here. You can have 2 active plots, which are different ways for you to win the game. You can replace them with new ones as you go through. That seems pretty cool. Right. Now, my original idea was to have this giant game board in the middle where you put stuff and do things, but I'm kind of thinking that that might not be the best. Just because the locations and stuff don't mean as much as I thought they were going to be. Locations and stuff will mean stuff to players, but I'm wondering if the personal board where they put stuff on here would mean more. So maybe this is where the map goes. So let's see here. Let's go back my flat Earth here. Right, and let's see here. If I go like this, like this. Oop. How much of this can I easily fit on here? Okay, so let's say I got rid of this and this element. So, and then I put this on a layer. Layers. I just don't know if I like it. It's gonna be a round circle thingy around this tableau. I could make the tableau circle. That would make a lot of difficult things for different people to go. I have to figure out how to do tabs in a circle. I'm not sure if I like that. What if I just use this for now as just a decoration in the background? So now I don't have any layers selected here, so let's go ahead and make some layers. So let's make this under layer 1. Let's call this background. Since I'm not going to have any art anytime soon, I can go ahead and just put that behind everything else. Transform scale. Let's do 250%. Nope, that was bigger. Sorry. Scale 75%. There we go. Put most of the world in there, like so. And that could just be a background image for now. And you have those things there. So that is our basic player boards. We'll have different. Actually, scale, transfer scale. Let's do 75 again. Transfer scale. Right, so we have the world here. Let's get the moon back in there. Doesn't have to be fully in there, actually. It could just be like that. This is kind of the half thing here. And then right. Let's say I have a world like that on each of the player boards. Right. And then that means I would have a space then here. Let's make this just a simple black box for now. Okay, let's go here. Let's pull this all the way up like that. Like this. Make it rounded. And now we have like a spot for special rules. Throw a text box in here. Should take the text box out of there because this is still my master file, I believe, right? Yes. So then if I go here, I don't have the ability to mess with anything that's on here. Sweet. Let's go to master file here. Let's see here. So we have America here. Europe here in a very interesting way. Greenland, that, no, ice to the top of that, all that stuff. Africa's here, Italy's there. So, I don't know, like what the different zones would be. It would just be different continents. You can place tokens on them. I don't know. I'll figure out token placement later. Let's go back out here. Let's go to the pen. Let's get duplicate spread, duplicate spread, duplicate spread. So I know we got 5 players in this game. And actually, before I duplicate these spreads, I should probably finish this one here. And let's actually do this. Now I'm thinking about it. Go up here, click on this, make this a little bit smaller, copy it, paste it, bring it up here like so, and take this and voila. There we go. And now I have a place for a title and a place for the actual stuff. So before I do the title thing, let's go with that. Let's grab this. Oh no, I can't because it's down here. Let's copy this. Go down here, make a copy of it. Now you won't be able to see it here. So let's go ahead and make this black text. This, and let's go like this. Yeah. And let's call this Mole People Location. Alright, and then we'll need another text box here. Let's see. Agent, military, R, D, let's say. And just come with media expert. Alright, so different types of things. So maybe North America is more important to the mole people, so they put a lot of the guys here. If you have one of each, you gain a resource of choice at the start. That's how you build up. And that's kind of a basic idea of what like a special rule might look like. I think anything kind of basic. I don't want a lot of text for special rules. So maybe keeping the text large will mean that that means that this won't get too crazy. Look at like one little ability. So you gain one resource of choice at the start of each of your turns if you have one of each type of worker in North America. So you have to put them there. And this just might be a reference to the map. Maybe this will be your easy guide, that kind of thing for the game itself. I don't think that the tokens and stuff will fit nicely on this tableau, so that might just be a piece of art or something of the mole people, blah blah, or just rule reminder text. But you'll have one special rule in each of these that will look like that, and then duplicate page. So now we have the lizardman. Lizardman. So I'm hitting W because I realized that I don't have the ability to see if spell check is on to kind of catch some of these things for me as I go. When you hit W in InDesign, it makes everything disappear, so you can see what like the final product will look like. If you hit W again, it'll show you all the things that are like bleeding over and stuff like that. It'll also show you your spell check stuff, so it's good to remember to hit that once in a while because you don't want to keep a spelling error in for very long. Don't worry about spelling errors because you'll definitely have them and you'll have to work with them constantly. So let's see, lizard man. Gaming research of your choice at the start of each of your turns if you have one. Continent. Okay. So it's kind of the same thing. So you have Australia, you have Europe, you have Asia, America, and South America. So you have 5 continents that you can have these guys on. So we have how many? What types of resources do we have again? We have influence, force, money, info. So media experts give you influence, researchers give you info, military gives you force, and agents will give you, what's the last one? Money? You see, agents. I guess agents will get you money. That makes sense, because these are kind of like your people like embedded into like corporations and stuff like that. So agents get you money, military gets you force, researcher gets you information, and media expert gives you influence. So those are your four worker types, and when you have them on the map, then you'll be gaining those resources each turn for each one you have on there. I think for lizardmen, though, what they should actually be able to do is something a little different. Actually, I'm just going to use location continents, because I don't know if they're going to break up in continents or if I'm going to have zones or locations. Locations will be moon, the ice wall, continents, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places you can put guys, I guess. And so they get basically a free agent each turn, so they're going to be pretty good with money. Actually, I think mole people might not have that either. Let me duplicate this, because that's kind of the I wanted the gray aliens to be able to gain how do I want to word that? I think what gray aliens in a second. I'll come back to them in one moment. See here, mole people gain 1 resource of choice. So mole people gain +1 force at the start of your turn. 3 turns for each. Okay. One of the things I was remembering just now is that each of these factions will have 1 resource that are really strong in making. So remote people is going to be military. Lizardmen was going to be money. NASA was, I don't want to call them NASA. The spacers will get information, and the Illuminati obviously will have influence. So that is going to be the concept behind a lot of those things. Let's see here. So let's see here. Let's go with this lizardman. Lizardmen. Okay, more people. grays. So I'm going to need another one. Let's duplicate spread. And let's go ahead and go Illuminati. Alright, and then at the start of your turn, you gain 2 influence. So this is going to get a lot of influence very quickly. They're different than the lizardmen because lizardmen can actually get more money if they have more people out on each location. More people can gain more force if they have enough military at the one location, but they just generate 2 influence every single turn. So it doesn't matter who they have where, they're just going to have it, which I think is quite interesting. Yeah, I think that is a good good one for the Illuminati for now, and then duplicate spread, our last. Let's see, oh yeah, we have the I'm gonna call it the National Space Program. Spelling's never my strong suit. And the thing that's funny with programs like this is that it's not very good at correcting that stuff. National Space Program, or NSP for short. National Space Program. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, so they can turn money into info, which is interesting. So they're always going to want money, so they get more info. I don't know if that's good enough. Seems like it's lackluster compared to just getting 2 influence each turn and being able to build up to get more stuff. So I will think about them. So maybe they have a special thing where they can have up to 3 probes, and you can put them down here to show that they have probes in space. And for each probe that you have, I could play on the whole communication satellite thing. Yeah, probes like that. Actually, put some satellites. Satellites into space. Each satellite gains you the listed resources at the start of each turn. Cool. Oh yeah, so they have 4 satellites that they can put into space. Each one of these satellites will have basically giving you a certain amount of resources each turn, but they're not necessarily the same. Not money. One influence, 1 force, 1 info, 2 info. And these will be on the tokens themselves, and then these will just be satellite slots, but I'm just going to put those there to kind of remind me what those are going to be in the game. So you may spend 1 money to place 1 satellite into space. Like generates you listed resources at the start of each turn. You may have only 4 satellites in play at one time. So maybe the satellites themselves have different stuff. So maybe you have a 2 info, 1 force, 1 influence, and then maybe 1 extra info, force, and influence. So you can kind of mix them up. So this is, again, something I was trying to avoid with having this text be this big, is having too complicated of an idea. This one is quite complicated. So you may only have 4 satellites in play at one time. You may replace ones. You would replace. Satellite. Full. Yeah, try to make it as straightforward as possible. 15 point is what I'll do, and I'll make that uniform for this whole thing. I'll make it go down to 15. Alright, Grace. 15. I don't know. So now you can abduct a worker from any player and place it on the moon base. You and the worker's owner generates resources from those workers. From workers you have abducted. You may only have 3 abducted workers at a time. So you can abduct workers from other people's boards. Those players may spend resources basically to buy them back. So this is making the Greys look like they're kind of like kidnappers who are like, if you ever want to see your worker again, you gotta pay us. But it also makes them really flexible because now they can abduct workers from other players and get resources depending on which ones they want. So Grey aliens will be very flexible, where their resource bonuses tend to be anything they want. Well, people will be mainly force. Lizardmen will be mainly money. Illuminati will be mainly influence. Oh, sorry, is influence. These guys are money, and these guys are military. So NASA then has a little bit more flexibility where they can get maybe some force of influence, but they're mainly going to be info. The only satellite that gives them 2 each round will be info, and have to spend money to get it. So money is going to be the kind of a weaker, because they have to spend money, it's going to be a little bit weaker to do that. And maybe in a way the Greys should have to spend something to may spend 1 resource of choice to again, I'm making these a little bit too complicated because now I'm running into that problem. If I make this go back to the way it was, well, yeah, it does. Okay, let's just do that for now. So we have the Grey aliens who can spend a resource of choice to abduct anybody, and we've all kind of come up with a system now where workers generate you money, and we kind of know now where we want the borders or the lines for things. So let's go ahead and do yet another hodgepodge thing. In fact, let's do this in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and open up Photoshop, and let's go ahead and grab this map here, and let's do some editing to it. Okay, so file open. Let's see, we want flat Earth. We want this guy here. Let's do some editing to this. So we know that these things are going to exist. Let's just go ahead and get rid of them so I don't have to worry about hiding them. Okay, layers. Let's just make them go disappear that way. And let's go ahead and grab a pencil and let's create some lines here. Okay, so we're going to pencil here. We want our Earth group here. Okay, so let's just copy this group, duplicate group. Okay, so we made a copy of that group. Let's go ahead and make the real one disappear. So the copy's there. Cool. This group, I want to merge it so it becomes just one flat image, like so. So now if I go like that, cool. So let's go ahead and draw on this. Now that it's a single group here, Let's grab a color that isn't black because I kind of already used black elsewhere. What would be a good kind of border color? Maybe a brown? Maybe like a light brown or dark brown. Let's see what that looks like. Let's make this slightly bigger because I want this to be. What if I make this just 2 point? So, okay, so this is our 2 point. So let's go ahead and do the easiest thing here. We want North America to be one thing. I don't care. Canada and America can be all together. So let's just go ahead and make this be one big location. Like so. Nope. Again, this isn't to be perfect because the graphic designer will make this perfect, but it needs to be something that players can easily discern is different. So this is going to be North. Again, I'm just going to throw. This is Iceland stuff, and it's near it, but let's go through these islands because I think these are part of Canada here. Iceland will be also not part of that. So okay, so that is that one there. Cool. Next will be South America, which I will make. I don't know, that's too close to the blue. I think you'd lose it. So let's make it this teal color, but a little bit like that. Okay. Let's make that South America will be this color. I'm just, yep, again, making different different locations, basically. So I'm making them different colors so it's easy to differentiate where your markers and stuff are. So we have that's still too close to the color. Colors around it maybe a bit brighter. And would I be able to can I fill? No, I can't. Well, that's not fill. Where's my fill tank? My fill paint thing here. Paint bucket tool. There we go, that's better. You can see that one a lot easier. Okay, so we have North America. We have South America. Let's go ahead over here to the Europe area. I'm going to throw Greenland in the Europe pile, even though it's not technically Europe. Just so I don't have to figure that out, because it's not going to be its own thing. That's one thing I know for sure. England here. Boom, boom, boom. And the rest of this European stuff here. And without a map, I'm going to have to kind of guess the division between Europe and Asia, so forgive me for its thing. I do have a map behind me, actually. Look at that. Oops, no. Not that far in. There you go, Italy. Again, does not have to be perfect. It's not the final product at all. Oops. Darn it. Went too far. I could make the Middle East its own thing. Let's see here. Europe there. I don't think I'll make the Middle East its own thing. I think I'll just... Yeah. I think I'm just going to... Whoa, whoa, and whoa. I'm not great at drawing with the mouse. I need to practice with the pen more, because I'm not great. I'm even worse with that. Okay, let's see here. Just double checking my map here. Doesn't really show me the continent divides, so I'm just going to just do this. I think maybe we'll make the Middle East kind of area its own thing. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna. This is a very weird map. But let's make this a zone. So it's not necessarily continent divided, it's just zone divided. I think this is kind of a European zone. Let's go Africa next. So we kind of have those colors. We don't have red. We don't have a yellow. Let's go with kind of a bright yellow, kind of like how we did the bright color for South America. Boom. Off the bat with really bad drawing. Okay. Since these are zones more than, you know, continents, more than stuff like that, it makes it a little easier, because then we can practice our economy and where things are. And some of our cards might care about which zone everything's in, so I'd be like, if you are in the yellow zone, aka South Africa, then this happens, that kind of thing. Or there might be a boon, like, you know, something like this gets cheaper for each military you have in this continent, or that place, that kind of thing. Cool, and then let's go with red, maybe, for this whole side of stuff. Yeah, so these are our major zones that really differentiate country lines here. Just dividing the world into sectors. Then we have the ice wall sector, and we have the moon as well as a location you can have stuff on. The grays will be putting stuff on the moon base. Now, if I make this individual now on each player board, that means that each player board can have workers on it, and you don't have to worry about having a major board in the center, and you can kind of just see where your stuff is on yours. Or I can have a player board, or I say a board in the center where the workers go, and have one big board. I think I like the idea of tableaus right now more, because A, it would be cheaper than having a big board, and it's not really necessary to have a giant board. sectors won't matter too much as well. I mean, there will be some stuff like you'll be able to put yeah, actually no, I do like this because some cards might put conspiracy theorists on people's player boards in certain sectors, and then they can go deal with them if they want to. And maybe a conspiracy theorist will prevent resources from that sector from being generated. So yeah, I do want them, but I don't want them necessarily to be global, because then you wouldn't put one in a sector that you have stuff in. But that might be every sector, like if you're one of the guys who needs something in every sector, like the lizard people. So that could be more hurtful than helpful to kind of stop some of the players. So maybe it's something you do to directly attack a player's tableau, their board. And having these be kind of arbitrary with the colors and stuff means that you can kind of place your tokens anywhere. There should be a spot big enough on your tableau for your tokens. Cool. So there is a bunch of things. America seems kind of dark now with everybody else having kind of bright colors, so maybe I'll take this brown and turn it into a brighter brown. Maybe I'll make an orange actually. Let's make it a brighter orange. Then if I'm going to go orange, let's go orange. It's more yellow. There we go, that's a better orange. Get my bucket back. Bucket, paint in the bucket. There we go, that's a little brighter, right? Cool, and that means I need to grab this and this. Cool, so there's a little neon-ish, but there we go. Let's do the ice wall section. Let's make it a yellow. There we go. So let's draw the line around the ice wall. There's the eyedropper. There it is. Boom. Now let's go to the paintbrush, the bucket. Just notice this island is slightly the wrong color. So let's get it to match, and then dropper tool, boom, back to pencil. Cool. This will be the last kind of location zone on the Earth. We have the moon. And yeah, so your workers can kind of go in any of these places. People can put in conspiracy theorists that will kind of block these areas. and each one will have cards, or sometimes the cards will put them in, and each one of these cards will tell you what you need to kind of shut them down. So that'll be just another thing that cards will do, is put in conspiracy theorists. But yeah, that looks very 80s with the basic color lines, but there we go. Earth, the final frontier. Let's go ahead and do this actually real quick, just because I like color and like the idea of having these lakes be bordered. Like that. Cool. Not lakes, but water. There we go. That is the basics. And then for the moon, don't think we'll be able to see much, so I'm going to go like this. And kind of give it a little bit more detail around the edge. Alright, because the moon isn't part of this, so let's get this and the... So I have this moon here. Let's duplicate the spread. Duplicate layer. Where did the extra moon go? Did it actually duplicate when I told it to duplicate layer? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, it's did it, but not in the actual thing. And let's take these two and let's merge layers. Let's go ahead and that's part of that group there. So now why am I not able to draw on this now? This is seems to be something about it. Oh, okay. Because it didn't actually group the layers like I told it to. Merge layers. Flatten image. Yep. Nope. These two merge layers. So I want merge layers. There we go. Now I should theoretically be able to draw on this layer. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now this line does not have to be perfect. Don't really want to get rid of the black line, but looks like that's all I'm doing there. Let's go like this. I might make a, actually, yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about the black line because I'll probably put another circle around it that's slightly bigger. Let's go around the edge like so. Nope. Not there. Let's go up and around and down. Like so. That's kind of a basic gray layer there. And let's go ahead and do an eclipse tool here. Let's make a circle. Let's make it empty on the inside. Empty. Let's make this a thicker line though. There we go. Let's move this. Nope. Let's move. Nope. I just want the circle. Nope. Okay, I just grabbed my circle. There we go. There it is. Like so. And like so. So there's my moon with kind of a weird grayish line thingy. Let's go back down here. Color some more gray up here. Fill in these white lines. Now, the reason why I duplicated all these layers before I did this is that I have now this version with the crazy bright location borders. And then I have the original one, so if I want just the map, I can still use just the map. And it's not ruined. This is greater than the moon. There we go. So there's the moon. There's the Earth. Yay! So we have. This is my bucket tool here. I wonder if these guys would look better if I filled them in. Kind of cool, actually. Let's keep it like that. Let's do this one more time. See how that looks. So we have a moon. We have the Earth. Very cool. File and save. Now let's go back to our picture here then, and let's go ahead and go to our links. Yeah, we're going to want to update this. Update links. Boom. Now we have colors for our zones. So we're going to talk tokens. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zones that you can kind of put stuff in. That is cool. And let's go down to our pages. This is kind of what they will look like now. That is neat. Now, let's see here. So resources, upgrades, conditions, plot, draw deck. Not sure if there is going to be a draw deck. I'm just going to throw that in there for now. It might just be, yeah, it might just be that you have cards and you put them in your hand, but I don't know. The draw deck right there for now. It's fine. Oh yeah. So now we have kind of an idea of how we're going to generate resources, and now we have like bonuses. And each of the factions so far can generate bonuses in different ways. The Greys are the most flexible. The other ones are really, but get less out of it. And the other ones are very strong in one particular suit. Let's see here. Was thinking about a sixth one, so maybe up to 6 players. Let's say we had a 6th one. Duplicate spread. Yeah, these are the Men in Black, or the government agencies that take over other people's stuff and things like that. Basically paid by government stuff to take care of things for them. And likewise. Sorry, doing one or more. What's a good word for them? One or more truthers on their board. So start your turn, you may choose a player that has one or more truthers on the board. That player must give you any two of their resources of their choice, and then they can remove any one truther from the board. So truthers are going to be basically tokens that go like negative tokens that go on one of their continents. It means that they can't generate resources from that continent anymore, and any and then they also will lose something, I think, maybe for each truther, depending on the truther. Like, one will hemorrhage you info, one will hemorrhage you money, that kind of stuff. So there'll be like 4 different types of truthers, one for each resource, and they'll hemorrhage you, and they'll prevent you from using certain locations on your board. So the Men in Black can be hired basically by any player, or they force a player to hire them, and they come in and they will take care of their truther problem for them. And so they can only target characters who have truthers on them. So they are incentivized to make sure that their opponents get truthers, so or fail things. So yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the one I was thinking of that would be kind of cool. Of course, they would not have these. Let's get rid of the national space programs. Stuff. So they wouldn't have that. So there. So yeah, start your turn. You may choose another player that has one or more truthers on the board. That player must give you 2 of the resources of their choice, so that they can remove any one truther from the board. Along any corresponding cards. So there'll be cards that will be attached to truthers. That will be on the board. Cool. So that's our 6th thing. So now we have up to 6 players, which is cool. Not something I was expecting. And we have some really cool concepts here. Now, this has been cool because it can just basically make agents. I think for anybody else, you have to spend a resource of that type to get that type of token to put on the board. But each player will be limited to a certain amount of tokens, so maybe 4 or 5 of each at any one time. I like the idea of personal boards that have their own things, so that's pretty cool. It's gonna be kind of small, so maybe workers and things will be little wooden blocks that you can put down, and so different colored ones will represent different things. For now, I think that will probably work for the basic game. But yeah, the ice wall itself, though, is a place where negative workers can't be placed. So ice wall tends to be a safe place. Maybe even ice wall doesn't generate resources, period. So then it doesn't really matter if there's a truther there or not. But that is something that NASA cards will care about. So not NASA cards, sorry, for National Space Program, or NSP. National Organized Space, NOS, Incorporated. Anyways, that won't fit there. Anyways, I'll think of probably a better name for this later, but I don't want it to be NASA. So, National Space Program might be just there, just because I don't want to use any real people's names of real things, because I don't want to reflect that I think NASA is actually doing these things, which I don't. So that is why I chose a special name for it instead of just saying NASA. That, and I think NASA might be even copyrighted, so that could just be a reason not to do that as well. That, I don't want to necessarily make it American-centric either, because this could be all the national space programs, because every country will have to be involved in the Flat Earth conspiracy, which will be one of the 2 plots that they'll start off with. It's Flat Earth and the globe, probably the globe market. something like that. So the globe market would be something that they need to spend X amount of resources in to create globes to win the game, that kind of stuff. So I imagine plots will have some kind of progress marker that you place on them as you go through, and then once you meet the requirements, then that's another win condition. And maybe you don't start with them. I don't know. Might be in your draw deck. That gets us 6 different player boards, and yeah, kind of a reasonable starting spot. So let's see here. Let's grab this really quick because these look like they're not necessarily evenly close to the edge of their respected colors. No, let's go ahead. No, what? Let's grab this. Let's go like that. Let's go like this. Weird. Alright, so this and this now are similar. So like that, so they're same height. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I get 10 clicks away. Nope. Let's make it 7 clicks away. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There we go. That looks better. Resources, upgrades. The other option, of course, is to have these things over at the edge here instead of in the center, like so. Resources and upgrades can go there and there. Upgrades will just be like cards you have constantly in play. Probably won't be too many, maybe 2 to 3 in each deck, which will give you a bonus. And the other deck might be able to destroy upgrades on other players to kind of slow them down. Conditions will be things that people put on you, so that's where your truther cards will go. So let's go here to the cards here. Let's save as let's try a draw deck. Let's make a couple of draw deck cards. So this is cancel. Before I do that, let's make sure I have everything saved that I wanted on the original one. Now save as deck. Let's call this one National Space Program, period. Alright, National Space Program, so let's get rid of this Illuminati symbol here. Let's go ahead and actually get rid of the rest of these cards here. So this is going to be a different card than these crisis cards, so these things in the middle will not need to be here. Not that I might not use them, I just don't need them here, so let's get that. Why are you doing this to me? Nope. There we go. Let's set all these over here. Let's grab these info and all that stuff. And let's move that up here, out of the way. Of course, this needs to be there. Boom. I can go over there. Still want that. I still want a text box. So I think the basic look of the card is fine. So boom and boom. So let's see here. This is a way that you can when you start working on stuff like this, you can kind of figure out some of the abilities, and then you can realize that maybe you don't need to do something, or you can uncomplicate something. So let's do this. So launch satellite, like so. So we have a launch satellite. And so now that we have a launch satellite card, we can go over to. Did I close my game boards already? Huh. Draw deck. Oh, I just haven't called them anything yet. Okay. Whew. Let's save this as player board. Thought maybe I saved over them by accident. Okay, so this is our player boards. So let's go down to NASA here. So now we don't need this at all. Boom. So each satellite generates you the listed resources at the start of each turn. You may only have 4 satellites in play at one time. You may place the satellite. So time. If you already have 4. So if you may have 4 satellites in play at one time, when you place a new satellite, you may replace an existing satellite if you already have 4. Cool. So what does that mean now? Now, this doesn't make you put satellites out. These will. So this one will be spend 1 money to place level 1 satellite in one of your player board. Period. So now this is now I have a level 1 satellite. So what does that mean? That those will be the satellites that generate 1 resource. So you'll have one. Yeah. And so you'll have 1 force, 1 influence, and then 2 level 1 infos, a level 2 info, maybe 2 level 2 infos. So maybe instead of just having level 1, you could just place a satellite on your player board, and then you can get the 2 info or the one-off ones. So maybe, yeah, maybe have those choices there. But yeah, I think the info ones will just generate you 2 no matter what. So we'll have 3. Oh, sorry, maybe 3 information ones that generate you 2. 2 that generate you 1 influence, and 2 that generate you 1 military. So you have a little flexibility, but it will be yeah. So there will be no such thing as a 1 info one. So like this could be a setup where you get 4 info each turn and 1 influence and 1 force once you're all set up with your satellites. But yeah, you have to spend resources to get resources for these guys. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So now we know that this is going to be something that they're going to want to do a few times. So let's add 3 of these to the deck. Let's maybe not make the deck too big. Maybe the deck only wants to be 20 cards to start off with, maybe even 15. And then you can buy cards and get more cards to put into here from the generic center deck, which is the big thing I want. So maybe there's only 10 cards here, actually. spend more money to place a satellite on your player board, or remove a satellite to gain its resources times 2. So now it has a little bit more flexibility. Actually, no, let's not do that. That, I think, actually, edit, redo typing, redo text supplies. Okay, let's grab this text, and let's go ahead and make this be the generic one here. So let's get rid of this one. Okay, now let's get rid of, so we have this one here. So we get rid of this one. Yep. Get rid of this one. Yep. So we have this, and then we're going to duplicate this spread. So I'm going to put a satellite on your player board, and then we're going to duplicate this spread again, but this time it's going to be cycle satellite. And now it lets you remove a satellite to gain its resources times 2. Kind of cool. Gotta set them up, bring them back down. Spread. So yeah, so there's some cool space stuff that only NASA gets to do. It's their kind of ability. That's 5 of their cards. So we need a new quote for this one, because this will be a different card. Alright, space junk is just another word for unclaimed resources. Yeah. Alright. So that's their thing here. Let's duplicate this page. The flat Earth cover up. So this is gonna be a plot. So we're gonna need something that says plot somewhere on here. So this one is going to. Okay, so these are native to this page. Just not. Oh, there you go. So actually, it'll be the icon here. So I'm just gonna write it in the icon. There we go. I'm not going to worry about stuff now, because I will make icons for these later. So the plots, these are events. We got events. Plot. Cool. Flat Earth cover up. being a little bit more specific than I probably need to be. But this is how you win the game, so I figure these cards should be a bit specific. Suspect. Should be specific. So you're going to have a little less flavor text on the plot cards, I think, because I'm going to want a progress tracker. Right, because it's not on top, I guess. There we go. Let's make it go 2. So let's grab one of these, Control C, Control V. Let's set that right down here. Progress. There we go. So we have progress counter there, and we can straight up grab one of these numbers, make it black. And then put it back. So let's go like this. Oh, it's like black. Because now it's on top. Yeah, so we have that. Let's make this slightly smaller. Let's go 20 point font. There. Center that, and let's make that 5. Boom. So we have to have 5 progress markers on this plot to win the game. And then, yeah, so that's what that will mean. 5 progress markers. Let's try this. They can't know the true shape of the Earth. That would be bad. Like, there we go. So let's see here. What does this look like here? So that does pop up a little bit. You have a little bit of that coming through. Maybe this particular card goes up a little bit more, like so. That's kind of what a plot will look like. Have a little bit more text and other things. Have a progress marker there. Boom. Done. Duplicate spread for the second plot in this deck. What will be the second one? Oh yeah. Let's fix this. Yeah, globe sales. Globe sales. There we go. So that is our two major plots. Got a bunch of events here. They kind of deal with satellites, and then you have your flat Earth cover up, sales cover up. Oops, I don't want to duplicate plots. That's fine. Let's duplicate page. Let's make this an upgrade. I forgot those things later, but yeah, this is an upgrade. So upgrade will be, let's see here, well, that reminds me, since we have cards that let you remove satellites, we don't need this whole part there. We just need this part here. Boom. Because now you just use those cards to remove them, so you can open up spaces for the other ones. So whenever you place a satellite, okay. Let's see here. Well, it's reusable rockets. Okay. Gain 1 info and 1 money. So you save money and stuff. So this one kind of lets you save some money whenever you drop a thing, which is kind of cool. I need a flavor thing for usable rockets. Mission intact and ready for a new mission most of the time. But that needs to be the beginning, actually. Cool. So there is the reusable engines. Now we have this one here, which will be The amount of influence. That's cool. So at the start of your turn, you may spend any amount of info to gain the same amount of influence. Period. I'll figure that out later. I like that. Easier sunlight to spy and people will be wrong if you got nothing out of it. Okay, so how many cards do we have? We have 9, so one more would be good. So we have 5 events, so far 2 upgrades. Two plots. What else can we do here? Let's see here. Duplicate spread. One more grade. Sure. Or seriously? Oh, yeah, I just want this to be. There we go. So I can see what is. That's spot right. And sure that's how you spell that. That's Darby. Yeah. Let me go ahead and look that up really quick. Debris. There we go. So it's one of those words that doesn't quite look right when you see it, but there we go. Cool, and that is 3 upgrades, a satellite system that only they care about. So that is pretty cool for the NSP deck. I think I will make a quick little change though. Instead of having plots and upgrades up there, I kind of want the NSP like deck symbol to be up here. So I might just change this from event to event, and I might just do, actually that could be kind of cool. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Boom, boom, boom. So let's have this kind of come down and hide behind this one. So layers, like so. Cool. And then I can put keywords on this bar here. It's like event, stuff like that. And if I have any other keywords I want, I can add them. Let's go ahead and copy this, and let's put this in our master page here. Paste in place. That's not where that was. Let's go over here somewhere. See what that looks like on a page. Right, because this is over it. So master page, layers, this one. Put in the copyright. See what that is over here. Cool. So the one that's on the page is here. So we wanted this one to over here a bit more and down a bit more. Okay, down a bit more and to the left one. Let's just do this, just so we know it's going to be where it needs to be. Cool. So there is an event there. Probably not the most elegant way of doing this, but then I can add other keywords if need be. Like these will probably be events slash satellite. So in fact, let's just do that. So let's go ahead and just make a line that goes from here to here, like so. 2 point, like that. And then I can put the event actually like this. So, and I can take this, go up here. Yeah, so we have event and satellite as 2 different keywords that are just there. Let's see here, and then actually, what I might do then is retrieve will be a keyword that I'll use for retrieve will be a keyword I use just for returning cards from your discard pile to your hand. So this now you can spend 1 money to place a satellite on the board, or you can retrieve a satellite card. So now these become a little bit more interesting. The keywords now matter, so they can retrieve themselves, which you probably... actually, do I want those? Maybe I don't want that ability on this card. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one on this one. Because this one places them, we probably want that ability actually on the one that lets you recycle them. Because then if you don't have satellite to recycle, then this lets you get back a satellite card so you can then play satellites. So that keeps those things going. Cool. Now let's go ahead and grab this information here. Let's grab that out like so. Delete this, paste in place. This, paste in place. Nope. No stacks to paste in place. There we go. Get rid of this. Paste in place. Get rid of this and paste in place. And then I have upgrades, but just one is a satellite upgrade. Earth propaganda, and then space fury is also a satellite upgrade. So we can go like that. These are upgrades, not events. Let's take events and turn it to upgrade. That's not what I told you to do. Oh. Upgradey. So upgrade and satellite. Let's go to this more upgrade there. Satellite. Cool, and then paste in place. Don't need the satellite bird, just the upgrade. There we go. Got my keywords there. This will be the space symbol. Whatever that will end up being. Let's go ahead and see here. So yeah, let's do a quick little Google ship here, the rocket ship logo. I'm just trying to see like what like a generic looking rocket ship might look like, and then maybe make my own based off of it. Ooh, I like this general look. There we go. That is basically what I want with a different type of rocket. So let's go ahead and snip this out like so. Let's go to Photoshop and make my own based off of this. File, new, clipboard size. Boom. Here we go. Let's see here. Let us create a new layer above that. Let's get a pencil out. Let's make this red. Kind of a deep red like this. Yeah. Let's have a red. No, that's not the red I asked you for. That's what I want. Why aren't you changing? Why can't I change color, Alyssa? Why am I stuck to gray? What is happening here? Why am I not allowed to change my color? That's weird. I've never had this happen before, where it just would not let me switch colors whatsoever. Yeah, this is weird. Let's just try restarting the whole program to see if that glitch goes away. Besides when it glitches like this, though, I will just Google I don't want a video. I just want you to tell me. Here's why your brush isn't painting the correct color is that you're not changing the foreground color in Photoshop. Right? Okay. I'll figure that out. So why is now Photoshop not opening though? There we go. Let's go File, New. Make a thing, and then can I change my color, please? No. Okay, so it won't let me change my color. So it says, why can't I change my brush color in Photoshop? Which is what I want to do here. I want to change my pencil color. I want to change it to red. Okay. It says the main reason your brush isn't painting the correct color is that you're not changing the foreground color. So this is the foreground color, I believe. So let's see here. Is there another image layer type filter? Brush settings, let's look at that. Brushes, cool. No colors. Alright, and this is pencil tool, so let's see if there's pencil settings. Path, patterns, nope. 3 actions, adjusting brush colors, channels, characters, clone sources, color. Perfect. Okay, color. Swatches, red. Right now, why can't I choose any of these? Foreground color. Current, yes. There's no apply button. There's no like keep it like this button. There is just those ones. Okay, foreground color. So actually the question that isn't why well, let me change foreground color. That's exactly the problem I'm having here. Let's see here. Solved. The image is grayscale. Can you please take a shot? Yeah, channels IB. So let's see here. So it's the grayscale thing. So I'm guessing that's here then. I want RGB color. Okay. So 32-bit. Great. Now I can get color. Okay. Weird. So it must have, because that picture was black and white, it decided that I wanted just grayscale. It's never done that to me before. There we go. I will go ahead and get that same picture here and paste it so I can have an idea, because I want a round planet and I want spaceship kind of like that. So let's get the kind of round planet I want. Okay. So unlike their planet, I want it to be kind of actually like Earth. So let's actually fill this with a blue if I can. Like so. And then, oops, that's not what I wanted. It's the problem when you have two different design programs open at the same time. So I have kind of a blue circle here now, which is going to be kind of represent my planet. And I want my pencil out, and I want, let's go with a green color here. Let's let's go ahead and color. No, that's not letting me color. Why won't you let me color? Can I color this one? Can I color the background? No. Okay, so my brush is now not working. Don't know why. I'm not allowed to use pencil apparently, but I can use non-pencil stuff. Okay, so that's fine. That green is way too gray. Let's go with a lighter green. There we go. So I have kind of a green color going on here. And so kind of content like so. It's weird that the pencil tool didn't work though. I've been using pencil this whole time, and now I was like, oh yeah, the pencil doesn't work. Why? No idea. Brush tool, pencil tool. Now does the pencil work now that I've brushed? No. Why won't you work? Why can't I use pencils? Back to this. Why won't Photoshop let me use pencil, but lets me use brush? Why won't let me use pencil, but let me use brush? This tool is not performing the way expected. Try resetting that tool by right-clicking its icon. I get to reset tool. Does not right-click to let you restart. Reset tool by right-clicking its icon. Choosing reset tools from the menu. Also, so well, that's not an option. When I right-click it, it does not give me a reset tool option. Right? You have a selection on your canvas, even as small as a pixel, so you will only be able to draw a paint inside. So is it this just too small? Okay, interesting. So apparently it's because my pixel choice was too small. So I won't be able to. No? Okay. Well, now it lets me do it, so let's just do it and not complain. Alright, so there is kind of a landmass there. A landmass over here. Awesome. And then I will have, oops. Like that. And then let's grab this, and let's go to the kind of the white area here, and let's put a little white up here. Oops. Like so. And a little bit of white down here, like so, because that's the fake narrative that this organization is trying to push on us. Yeah, that's it. The fake narrative, not the actual reality that the Earth is actually round. I always think that's funny that people actually think it's not, but that's just me. And that's the point of this game, is to talk about those types of things and whether or not it's actually financially feasible to claim the Earth is not round. I mean, to claim that it's flat. Okay, cool. That kind of gives me that, and then I want to go back to the white here. Go back to the brush tool, and let's make the brush tool a little bit bigger, like so. Nope. Too big. Not all I wanted. I'll turn it into an eraser. That's why it wasn't. Okay, there we go. That's an eraser tool. Oh, I see. I just want this to be smaller, I think. Some clouds for the planet, like so. And then let's do the layer thing. Layers, let's put that underneath this. Let's go ahead and do this. Can I use that wrong because it doesn't work with 32-bit channel images compared to 8-bit or 6-bit? Oh my gosh. Okay, how do I convert this then? Sure, create a new one. That's this. Alright. Let's take this, cut this out. Let's go to the new one here, put it in here. Now I should be allowed to use this tool because 8-bit. And then let's take this. Can I transfer this over? Or is this too many colors for it? No, okay, that can transfer over. Sweet. Like so. Let's take this, let's transform it a little bit bigger. I want that to be kind of around the world, like so. Cool, and let's get my pencil back out. And let's get black to be my color here. Let's make this slightly bigger. Not that much bigger. I think maybe 3 point. There we go. And again, graphics will make this look a lot better than what I'm making it look like. I'm just trying to make it my own concept. Right, and then I want this to be smaller even still now, so 1 point. Like so. Like make it slightly bigger so it looks like it's going around. Okay. New layer. Okay, my rocket ship is going to be a little bit more pointier. So, I'm going to have this go this, like this, this, like this. Cool. And then I'm going to get a bucket tool. And then I'm going to switch to the red. Boom. Cool. And then back to pencil. I'm going to have this go boom, 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 boom. so. Let's fill this in here. Something like that. And like this. Like this. Let's go with black. This. Let's go ahead and fill that in with black. And then I want, I think I actually want this to be black for now and fill it in with another color. Like so, and then I want this to be like this. Like so. Cool and cool. And then I'm going to swap this around, change this to a blue color like this. Go here, nope. Bucket. Like so, and then this to be slight brighter. So let's get the pencil out, fix the part where it's got two black, like so. Then we switch this over to black and have this go like that. Cool, and then I want black to kind of go around like this. This be slightly bigger. Now this is the thing where I want it to go around the world like so. Like that, and then I want to fill that up with black. Let's turn this off right now and see what that looks like. Get my pencil out. Like so. That's not gonna work well for me. So let's just do this. Let's grab this and this. Where are you, eyedropper? Eyedropper, there you are. My color. Let's get my pencil out. so, and then let's grab again, let's just grab black, grab the pencil again, and let's, that's not what I want you to do. There we go, pencil again, and let's go straight here, the same thing here, go straight up. Like so. Not liking the way this is looking. Oh, really? I was dealing with something that's too small, and so I need something a little bit bigger, so I can kind of almost like this. It needs to go then like this, I think. And then I can go like that. That's kind of better. Then I can do pencil again, do this. Nope. Go straight down like that. Like so, except that this needs to go over here, like that, and this needs to be red, like that. Does that look better or worse, actually? Circle again this time. I want this to be 2 points. There we go. I want this to be the gray. I want this to be the clear. Like so. Oh, and then I want the eraser tool. It can be slightly bigger now. Let's make it a 5 point or 6 point, that's fine. Layer is the circle here. 6 is too big. 3 point. Yeah. That. So, and then boom. There we go. And there is my own take on this. Let's go ahead and make this black. It's going around a different color. Let's make it yellow. The reason I'm choosing yellow is going to be obvious in a second. So let's go ahead and get this back to paintbrush. Oh, sorry, paint bucket. And let's go boom. Oh, that's right, because I need this. I'm like, what? There we go. That's going to be yellow. And then the spaceship itself, I'm going to turn into that gray, but slightly lighter. Slightly lighter gray, and then go boom. 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 Like so. Nope. Nope. Oh, because I'm in the wrong layer. Okay, that layer's that one. You know, I might leave that as black because I'm now going to do this as black, and then boom, like that. Except that circle, that's about that big. Is that right? Yep, and then I'm going to delete that. Oh no, I can't just do that. Then you go to this and do minus that, 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 that. And I'll cut out the black in a second as its own thing. Cool. And then minus this, like so, but plus. Nope. Let's make this tolerance go down to like 1. So plus just the black. Nope, because that's getting all that. So I need to do this plus this here. So that means now that this will no, it won't. Okay, so I had to do this manually. All this to get my globe to show. Behind all this. And have a space background. And this will become the icon of the National Space Program. Different than NASA. Different from a lot of things I was expecting it to be different from. I mean, similar to, so this should be good. Should bring my planet back in. Control deselect. Cool. I don't think the gray is working though there. So let's go ahead and try something else. Let's try like a dark blue maybe. And let's go with the bucket. Let's see here. Does that look better? No. Maybe. What if I do black? That's still not black. There we go. Actually, black does still look good. So yeah, I think I will do black on this whole thing. That whole thing, that whole thing, and that. I don't know why that's super bright and that's now it's super dark. Why black is doing that to it. It's adding shadows to this, but I think it looks good up there. I'm not sold on it down here. So let's go ahead and let's just redraw this as light blue. So oops, it looks like it's the engine energy coming out and not some kind of dark blue hole or something. Oh yeah. And actually, I don't think the black should be as dominant around the engine. So let's go ahead and let's cut out some of this black here. Not sure if I like that there, but I do like it here. Maybe here and here. Maybe just there. Yeah, okay, and then let's go ahead and eyedropper the black again and get my pencil back out. Pencil back out, and let's pop that there. Cool. So now we have a rocket going around the Earth. Do I need a black outline for this part here? I don't think so. I think that's fine. I might. Play around with this a little bit. No, that's fine. So yeah, we have a rocket going around the Earth. Very basic. Very, very, very basic. Now for the even. More basic. Stars for the sky. Very cool. Now let's make some different size stars because these are all one square. This one can be a bit bigger. This one can be a bit bigger. Let's put one here that is big. And let's make this one big as well. Oops. Just have a variation on star size. Cool. Yep, some basic stars. Let's put one more big one here. I don't think most of this will show up in the icon, but there we go. Save as. Now this is completely pointless because this will be completely saved over by the changed by the graphic designer, but National Space Program. If I don't end up finding a graphic designer for this program, this might be what the default is, and it's nice to have something in the back. So let's see here. So we have this now icon. Let's reopen InDesign, and let's see here, pages. So let's see here, file, place. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that there. Voila, there is our crazy icon. Should this be over more? Actually, it does look a little bit better, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and Control C this. Okay, this needs to go over. So, like so, okay. Let's go ahead and destroy all of these. So now I have an icon for the NASA wannabe National Space Program rocket going around the Earth. It's completely my own, but it's that very classic look. So I don't feel like I am copyrighting anybody else's design on this one. Photoshop. Just realized that these are touching. I don't quite like that, so I'm going to go to my eyedropper, grab this green, go to my pencil, and go back to this layer, and let's like that, just to give it a little bit more of a distance between the two, maybe. Actually, this is what needed to go, not that. So let's go back. And let's do this one. Kind of darken the area a bit more. There we go. That's cool. File, save. And since I modified that, I can now go to my links and then just right click and update links. Boom. And there's my icon. Very basic rocket ship going around the planet. Getting ready to drop off a satellite. Well, we had some interesting Photoshop dilemmas pop up as we went through. We had some interesting other issues kind of crop up, but we've managed to solve them. We now have a 10 card deck for the NSP, which is quite cool. And we have an icon for them, so there's a little bit of color on their basic cards, since there's not going to be any artwork on them anytime soon. Yeah, very cool. Let's go ahead and look at the Photoshop thing again. Just one thing I saw. Go like this. Kind of want this to have a little bit more of its engine kind of coming out. Like that. And then covering this a little bit more. So it looks like it's a rocket end. Yeah, let's just do that. Save. And update. Links. Update links. Boom. There we go. Now it looks like a more of a rocket engine. I could color it gray or something down the line, but for now that works. Everyone, thank you for watching the video. If you like this kind of content, please let me know in the comments down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, just kind of help support the channel. If you have any ideas on how to improve the game that we're working on, or any thoughts on the game, go ahead and put those in the comments as well, and I'll go through them as soon as I can. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye for now.
One eternity later.